Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com. News on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. Hello everyone, this is Sam Mowers here. Welcome to episode 699 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, HIVE has purchased 12,000 MicroBT miners. HIVE has announced the purchase of 6,500 miners, and DIGI has reported its Q3 financial results. Just before we get into the show today, though, a quick reminder that if you enjoy this podcast, to please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And as always, I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on InvestorIdeas.com. This includes the Clean Tech and Climate Change podcast, the Cannabis Podcast, along with many others, all of which will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. All right, so HUT8 Mining Corp, which trades on the NasDaq as HUT, has announced that it has executed on a $58.7 million purchase of 12,000 new MicroBT M30S, M30S Plus, and M30S++ miners from Inshigle Technology, Hong Kong Limited, with aggregate incremental production of 1.17 exahash per second. Delivery is expected to begin in January 2022 at a rate of about 1,000 machines per month, with full deployment anticipated for December 2022. HUT8 CEO Jamie Leverton had the following to say, quote, "We are thrilled to announce our latest strategic purchase of new MicroBT equipment. The strength of our relationship with MicroBT enabled us to quickly execute on this compelling investment opportunity. While timing relative to Bitcoin achieving an all-time high is coincidence, this investment serves to reinforce our commitment to efficiently mine and hodl Bitcoin." End quote. HIVE Blockchain Technologies Limited, trading on the NasDaq as HIVE, has announced the purchase of 6,500 next-generation Bitcoin miners with an aggregate hash power of 585 petahash per second. The company's executive chairman, Frank Holmes, explains, quote, "We are pleased to be building on a strategic alliance with leading ASIC manufacturer Canaan," Canaan, by the way, trades on the NasDaq as CAN, "to achieve our goals and drive value for our shareholders with executing on a transaction that increases our cash flow and green mining capacity." HIVE currently has approximately 1.2 exahash per second of Bitcoin mining capacity, and with this new purchase, HIVE's Bitcoin ASIC pipeline will be at 2 exahash per second by December 2021 and 3 exahash per second by March 2022. In addition to this, we are expanding our current active Ethereum mining capacity from approximately 4,000 gigahash per second to 6,000 gigahash per second in new facilities in Sweden. End quote. Finally, DIGI Technology Inc., which trades on the TSXV as DIGI, has reported its financial results for the third quarter ended September 30th, 2021. Some highlights include $5.5 million in revenue for digital currency mining in the quarter. This is an increase of 1,153% over Q3 in 2020, and a total comprehensive income of $2.9 million in Q3 this year, up from the comprehensive loss of $1.7 million in Q3 2020. Michel Amar, the CEO of DIGI, commented, quote, "It is rewarding for the company to announce a strong Q3 financial results, generating record top-line revenue growth for the second consecutive quarter, along with positive net income. The company's improved financial performance is directly related to DIGI's dedicated focus to managing costs and continued growth in our mining operations. With additional miners arriving in Q4 2021 and in early 2022, DIGI expects to aggressively expand its mining capacity as previous investments in infrastructure are expected to drive continued growth for the company." End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss in investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and most audio platforms available.